Whoa.
All right, this is week 2 of the fantasy show. So we got a lot to
Hello,
go
hello,
over.
hello.
First, there was no trades done before the show last week, but there's been a lot of trades done since the show. So we're gonna just go over a few of them real quickly, get some comments from some people. So the first pretty sizable trade that was done. Was by Slaps and Pussy. Now, a lot of people have been knocking
Yikes.
Pussy's team. Some changes of opinion. After Juju went off for Slaps, he decided to trade him away for some reason. He traded Juju and
Give
John
him away.
Ross for David Montgomery, DJ Moore, and Teddy Bridgewater. Pretty questionable in my book. I wouldn't have done it if it was me, but he liked the players he was getting, so that's why he did it. Any thoughts, comments, Pook?
Yikes.
What a garbage fucking trade.
Okay.
Trash.
All right, Zach, you're saying trash. Does anyone think this trade was good for Slaps?
No.
I
No.
thought
Yeah.
it was good for me. Oh, for slaps? No, not
For
for slaps.
Slaps.
No. Look,
Yeah,
he
for his
fucking.
perfect record.
It's the second.
He's
It's the
gonna go
second year in a row.
0-16.
It's the second
He's
year in
gonna
a
go
row that
0-16.
he
Who's going
ruined
0-16,
his team
Ernie?
via trades.
Slap.
Slaps already won
Uh,
this week, so that prediction's wrong.
It doesn't count.
Dumbass.
It doesn't count. He
All
plays
right,
off
then
the
the
shoot,
next
that
trade.
doesn't
So
count.
basically, after Pussy acquired Juju, then he turned right around and traded Juju to Pete for Mixon and Deontay Johnson, and Pete got
That was a
Juju
very good
and
trade.
CD Lamb back. Pretty fair trade, I thought. Kind of
Abstain.
worked for both. I do think Pete slightly won the trade just because Mixon was looking like the Mixon of last year, but it was only week 1, so we'll find out. Any other comments from anyone? Pete?
Hey,
Abstain.
welcome to the show, Jeez.
Welcome, cheese.
Pete, any comments on your trade?
Nope, I was
No?
just happy to make the
Okay.
trade.
Alrighty. And then today was a flurry of trades. We had a couple. So let's see here. We had Pete trading Austin Hooper and Anthony Miller to Cheese, who just joined, for Jack Doyle. Pete had 2 tight ends with the same buy, so he wanted to get rid of one of them and get a different tight end. I think that was really the main reason for the trade, but not a bad deal. Although Njoku did go out, so Hooper could pop off as the solo guy, but we'll see. And then me and Zombie actually got a deal done today. I was sitting looking at everyone's teams except for Zombie's, and then all of a sudden Zombie sent me a trade offer, and it was somewhat interesting. So I countered back, and we wheeled something out, and it's a lot of bench players, so not a huge deal, but I like a couple of the guys that I got in that. Malcolm Brown, Mike Williams, and Darrell Williams, I gave him for Swift, Edmonds, Davis, and Kirk. So we'll see what happens with that
Snooze.
deal. Yep, a bunch
Trash
of
I
bench
was
Trash.
players.
literally asleep.
Bunch of
Literally
bench.
asleep.
I know you were,
Trash,
Zach. I was
trash.
waiting for your abstain so I could push it through on 6-0,
Snooze.
and I had to wait for
Did we
one more person.
discuss our deal earlier from
Which
yesterday?
one? Yes.
Yes, where you rake
Yeah.
Pete.
No, not the
Whoa.
P one.
No,
Which
the
one?
one with slaps.
No, the
Oh,
one
you're
where
talking about
our
me, the
trade.
one me with Gronk. No, it was kind of just an okay deal.
I mean, it's better than the zombie
Too
one.
far back.
Lol, Gronk.
All right, so now we're going to go into the preview part of the show, or first of all, the recap of last week, then the preview of next week. Let's see. So looking at here, this one was one of the closest matchups besides the Slaps and Zombie one. Really thought Hunter had this one in the bag against Pook, and then it got closer and closer and closer, and then it came down to Monday Night Football with a tight end and a star running back, and the star running back Saquon got outscored by the tight end for the Titans. I couldn't believe it. Heartbreaking defeat for Hunter as he starts 0-1 after putting up the 135 points. You should always
Unlucky.
win when you put up that much. Very unlucky for Hunter. But once again, Pook somehow pulls out the victory, has a huge day. I believe he scored the most points in the league this week.
By
So,
like
no surprise.
Yeah,
Five.
0.5.
Yeah.
0.58.
No surprise. Pook at the top,
0.54.
1-0. Probably
I
feeling
don't
really good about his team. Josh Allen popped off, 28 points. Josh Jacobs, the stud that pretty much everyone thought he would be. Huge day. Little concern for Eckler, only 10 points. Allen Robinson, not bad. Keenan Allen also didn't look great. But his Jonnu Smith bailed him out with 13 big points, got him the dub. on Hunter's side, you know, he had huge days. His team was very solid. Pretty much no one really laid any duds for him. And that's what got him the 135 points. So, comments, Pook, Hunter, on your matchup?
Overall, pretty good game.
Yeah,
It
very
just
good.
sucks. The only thing that really kept it close was that Saquon was basically a receiver the whole game.
Yeah,
And he didn't really.
yeah, he had
couldn't get anywhere on the
less
field.
rushing yards than Ben Roethlisberger. Yikes. That's,
Yeah, I know.
That's a big
By
yikes
3
right there
yards.
for the number 2 overall pick. Oof. So hopefully he'll go off next week. We'll see who he plays. Pook?
I'd like to thank the Lord for helping Jonnu Smith get that fourth down
Whoa.
touchdown.
Stealing Zach's
Converted
thing.
it
some
out.
people.
Yikes.
Whoa.
Fucking
Jehovah's
believer in the
Witness
world
out
of.
here, knocking on people's doors.
Okay. All right. So we'll move on. The next matchup, we had the Team Pussy versus the Village Idiot Ernie. This one looked like
I'm
Pussy
not
was.
the village idiot. What are you talking about?
I mean, that's what your
What?
team name says. It says the Village
Okay,
Idiot
Ernie,
Ernie
I told you, that's what
Reyes.
people assume.
That's
you really gotta
what it
change
says.
Ernie, mute yourself
So-
on Discord. What the fuck?
So,
Oh, you guys are in
anyways,
Discord?
a lot of people
Yeah.
were knocking Pussy's team. It was not looking good. It was
Oh,
looking like he
God.
was
Oh,
perfect
the
timing.
idiot joined.
Perfect
Fucking
timing. It was
yeah.
looking very bad for
Twenty
Pussy. He did salvage it
Twenty
kind of and get 111 points because it was looking like he might have been the only team to score under 100.
Hello?
But he salvaged it. Hello,
Hello,
Pussy. We're
Pilot
talking
Trash.
about
How
your
are you?
matchup right now with
How are
Ernie.
you, pilot trash?
Can I
Okay.
talk? Or?
Not yet. Hold on.
Not yet,
Just
bitch.
Fucking
wait.
dumpster piece of
So
shit.
obviously, Pussy got rid of some of his players in his lineup. Got rid of DJ Moore, who only had 9 points for him. Got rid of David Montgomery, who only had 8 points for him. So he got rid of some of those guys that really
Needs to get rid
underperformed.
of Chubb. 5 points.
Yeah, Chubb was a huge disappointment. Really big for the number 4 overall pick. Thank you, by the way, because that got me Kamara, who
Thank
got
you.
20 something.
Yes.
And then Ben Roethlisberger, though, he did take the advice of the preview show and switched out Daniel Jones, who got 17 points, for Ben Roethlisberger, who got 22. So that did work out in his favor. But overall, Ernie's team was just the better team, performed better. His Cowboys did pretty well, 17-27. Gurley had a surprisingly good start to his season. David Johnson was a big surprise on Thursday night. 19. He
Big
looked really
surprise.
good. Looked really good. I'll have to keep an eye on David Johnson, see what he does as long as he stays healthy. Darren Waller did okay, and Robbie Anderson popped off for him. Ernie, comments? Pussy,
I mean,
mute,
like I
pussy,
said,
pussy, mute yourself
Pussy,
until it's your
shut
turn
the
to talk,
fuck
because
Fucking
we hear
Christ,
you're
stupid
driving
piece
in
of
your
fucking
car.
trash.
You should fucking
I hope
hit
you
a
get there
tree.
safely wherever you go.
Thank you, pussy.
the
All
tree.
right,
Whoa.
Ernie, go ahead.
I would like to say, I mean, I'm not surprised. My team did okay. I expect
Yeah.
more points from them next week.
Okay.
It was an easy buy. I mean, I didn't even check the score.
Okay. All right. Easy buy. Okay. Pussy, comments about your team? Rough start.
I underperformed, obviously. Congrats,
Team.
Ernie. He won.
Yeah.
Um,
Any
I
concern
hope I
about
get to
Chubb?
play him again.
Bow down.
He can call my team.
Ooh,
Thank
did we
God.
lose Pussy?
I
Hit
think I
that
have a good
tree.
team.
Okay. All right. They were giving you comments before you got in here about your trade with Slaps. They think you heavily won that trade, so that made your team better. So that's a good start trade-wise for you.
Still
Any
ass.
concerns about Nick Chubb? I mean, you took him very, very high and 5.6 points.
He's connecting.
Oh. All right, we'll move on then. Hello? No,
Did you
we're
hear?
gonna- no,
did
we
you
didn't
hear
hear
me?
you. No, what'd you say?
Okay. Well, I said since we're talking shit on my team, I mean, you need to look at the source. It's fucking Zach and Ernie. I mean,
1-0.
Yeah, we're both 1-0.
1-0. 1-0.
You both suck each other's dicks. Like,
1-0.
I mean, they both
Okay.
scored more points than you,
1-0.
though. I don't know what you're
I
trying
mean,
to say.
Zach,
there.
Zach sucked Ernie's dick one day, and Ernie sucked
1-0.
Zach's the other.
One.
Oh, okay.
1-0.
And then Bill joins in for the threesome.
Whoa, wow. Shot
Whoa,
at Bill
Tanner
right
got
there.
his limit here.
Wow. Okay, moving on. We had The Lord is with me, and he was with him. 139 to Cheese's lowest point scored of the week with 105.6. Rough start for Actually, no, Madrissa scored 0.4 less. But anyways, Cheese starting off a little rough. Lamar Jackson did his thing with 27, and Christian McCaffrey did what he needed to do. Unfortunately, it was the rest of Cheese's team that let him down. His 2 tight ends set did not work as Kittle disappointed him with 9. Gronkowski only had 3, which Cheese did trade away some of these people already. 49ers defense only getting 1 point. That was kind of surprising. That Arizona offense had their way with them. Ronald Jones did okay. Landry, T.Y. Hilton didn't look too great against a good matchup, we thought. So rough start for Cheese, but he did make some moves. Has much better matchups this week, which we'll go over. And then Zach's team really popped off. Drew Brees, 14 points was kind of the one little surprise, but other than that, I mean, he got 24 from Carson, 29 from Hopkins, 22 from Andrews. Huge days. The Saints defense picked off Brady twice. One was a pick 6. Huge points from them. But the thing we got to talk about, can't guard Mike Thomas. Only 4.7 points. Had less than Cohen. I mean, if you would have told me that before the week started, everyone in here would have laughed at you. And then he picks up an injury on top of it. Might miss 4 to 6 weeks. Is the Lord going to be with Michael Thomas, Zach?
The Lord is with Michael Thomas. The Lord is never
He is.
out away from an individual.
Okay.
He's always with that person.
Okay. All right.
And
Any other
he's just
comments
testing-
about your
yes.
win?
He's testing our faith right now.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we will all prevail.
Okay.
I would like to comment.
Hold on. Sorry.
Well, when you're fucking
So
great.
so basically, you're saying Michael Thomas is not on the block. That's what you're saying.
Oh no.
I'm just asking. I'm sure some people would like to know. They could get a little discount on him
Hell
since he's
no,
hurt.
Michael Thomas is not on the block, and there would be no discount even if he was.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
Okay.
Cheese. Disappointing week
funny.
for you. Kind of rough start, but your
If
your
I,
top players did really good. Jackson and
If
McCaffrey.
if Gronk was swapped out for literally anybody in the bench,
Yeah.
that would have been an extra 10 points, and then if the defense was not actually terrible, it's only 10
Well,
points.
what a surprise.
He still would have
Which
lost.
puts, I know, but puts
Cheese's
into the
team
solid,
outside of 2 players is fucking trash. Who could have
puts into the
predicted?
solid
Whoa.
120s.
Whoa.
It's not like it's not like I said that
Whoa,
last
Strong
Pugley.
words from Pugley there.
The
Okay.
pot.
Well, Cheese.
If
yeah.
I swap out Gronk and the defense, any other defense, it's solid 120 points
Yeah. Okay.
with underperforming
Okay, and
players.
Only
so-
19
If
points
like
short.
half
Would've-
the
still
people
would've
who
lost, but
swap
I
out
got
one
what you're
player,
saying.
they would've won.
Got what you're saying.
And
All right.
Gronk's gone.
Yeah.
I got Emmanuel Sanders, a new #1 wide receiver.
Yeah.
I'm
That is,
saying.
ooh, that is
new
true.
number
Oh,
one.
new
He
number
is the
one.
new #1. I mean, can't guard Mike is
Momentarily,
out.
but
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like like 4 weeks of that.
Zach,
Okay.
you better
Well,
hope he doesn't
last.
come
I
back
like that.
early and then fucks up his ankle for the whole year.
Okay.
He's not coming
The
back
Lord's with him,
early.
Pook. He'll be fine. All right, on to
Lord
the
is
next
with him.
matchup. Bills bye week Bills. He was
Hold on,
nothing.
Hold
What?
on.
Oh yeah.
What?
Pussy.
Pussy,
Yeah.
go
Oh my
ahead.
God,
Hurry
bro.
up.
Jesus Christ.
Listen, you
I
don't
would
get to
just like
comment on
point
every
out
match,
that Zach's
pussy.
team should be golfer's segment of the Glass Body Club. It really
Oh,
should.
wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Michael Thomas isn't going to the Class Body Club just yet.
Well,
This is
Chris
like his
No.
first
has
major
a,
injury.
has a broken hip still. So.
He just put up 20-some
He
points
had
this week.
20
What?
more points
On
than
a
your
fucking
fucking
dump
running
off.
back, bitch.
On fucking dump
Your your
Uh,
fourth round pick in the
touchdowns to him.
fourth pick in the first
It's a
round. You
two
got
touchdowns.
5.
All right, we're moving on. We got to move on. This show's going to take 2 hours. All right, bye week Bill. Huge victory over Pete. He talked his shit, said he was going to score 138 points, and he pretty much did that exactly. even .38. I mean, couldn't do that any better if you're Bill's team. It was nothing short of a great week for Bill. Pete had a respectable week, but just ran into kind of a buzzsaw. Russell Wilson, 31 huge points for Russell Wilson. God, he
Yikes,
was a
running back.
beast. Mark Ingram did 2.9, and Philip Lindsay did 4, but it didn't matter. Devontae Adams, everyone gave shit to
Devontae
Bill
Adams.
in the first round for taking with his first round pick. Devontae Adams, but he got 41 points. That may be the greatest misclick in the history of fantasy football right there with 41 huge points. Julio Jones, 24. He didn't get a touchdown once again, but he got the catches. Hayden Hurst was kind of a disappointment. I expected more out of him with only 6. Preston Williams only 6. Bills defense did well with 10, and Harrison Bucker looking like an 11th round pick with that 10 points. On Pete's side, Kyler Murray did also very well with 26 points. Kenyon Drake, 14, not bad. Mixon was looking like the Mixon of last year, very disappointing with only 6. Barely had any catches, which was kind of the surprising thing for him.
Joe Burrow.
Calvin Ridley, 33 huge points for Pete, really popped off. That whole Falcons passing game was great. Marvin Jones only had 9, which is kind of a disappointment considering that Galladay was out. You thought maybe he would go off a little more. Ertz did his thing, got 10. Connor was the I don't know which was the big disappointment, Mixon or Connor, but Connor got hurt right off the start and
That was predictable. by
ruined
Connor
his
together.
game. Okay. Pete, comments on your loss there? Tough week 1 for you. I know you said you don't like to start 0-1.
Yeah, it's a shitty feeling. The Adams getting 41. Anytime somebody scores 41 points in one point, you're pretty much fucked.
Yep. And as we all know with Pete's teams, he makes trades and he's made a bunch of them. So this team looks a little different now than what it did. But moving on to the closest matchup of the week that came right down to the wire on Monday night. Zombie, nothing but championships, starting out 0-1 against Zombie is a bitch, who beat him, scored 126. So a 3-point win for Zombie. This thing came right down to the end as Slaps literally needed a catch from Evan Ingram on the last drive, and he got it. And yeah, Evan Ingram got 2.9 points, but that was all Slaps needed to get the victory. Patrick Mahomes did well. The whole Chiefs stack got off to a decent start. Did not get the over 60 like we were predicting. Tyreek Hill got 15. Mostert got 25. Did well. Cooper Kupp only got 8. That was kind of disappointing. The Christian Kirk did not Kirk on anyone in this game. Only got 1 point for 0 yards, 1 catch. And Zombies already dished him out in a trade. On Slaps' side, Tom Brady did okay considering they were losing for most of the game. Dalvin Cook, 21 points. Juju, 24. Fuller looked really good in his new role with Houston. And DK did his thing. So yeah. Congrats to Slaps. He did comment. Let's see what he commented here.
Oh, God.
Let me pull that up real quick. He is on vacation this week, so that's part of the reason he's not here. He said, comments for tonight. Thanks to those who believed in me last week. Also, let's go Ingram. I know that I have made some questionable trades for this week. However, I have faith in DJ Moore going up against an emergency cornerback in Carlton Davis. So I'm expecting him to have a good week, as well as Montgomery going up against the Giants, who suck ass. Evans is going to give Matt the D this week, so GG's to him.
Whoa.
No,
Wait, did he just call Carlton Davis an emergency cornerback?
He did. He did.
When Carlton Davis is a star.
But and he also said that Evans is going to give Matt the D this week, so GG's to Matt. All right, Zombie, any comments on your matchup? Tough Monday night loss, heartbreaking one for you. 0-1, starting at your championship reign. Any comments?
Craig's just a lucky fucking prick.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
He's just a lucky Scottish prick that got.
Whoa.
Okay. All right, interesting. Gotcha. And the last matchup of the week was myself, #Fire Vic Fangio after that horrible display on Monday night, and then pick a card, any card, which was Matt's team. Got the 122 over 105 victory against Matt, so that was a good start for me. I'm glad to be 1-0 after the last 2 years starting 0-1, so that feels good. Matt Ryan did average for me what I was expecting him to do with 23. Kamara should have had an extra touchdown. The fucking VAR fucked me over on that, but he got 23 points still. Le'Veon Bell got hurt. Yikes. Thought maybe Le'Veon Bell could eventually do something in the Jets, but he's looking like a liability, and hopefully he gets traded to the New England Patriots in a few weeks, please. Chris Godwin, 13, not bad, but not great. Cooper really helped me out on that Sunday night, getting a bunch of catches for 18 points. Doyle did okay. Hollywood had a nice game. I liked what I saw out of him. Patriots defense got 12. That was good. My fucking kicker already only got 1 point. Fuck kickers. Cam Newton on the other side, which I'm sure Madrista will spend his whole time talking about. So I'm gonna just say 25 points. Did very well. Good for
Against the
good
Dolphins.
first game against the Dolphins for Cam. I'm glad he did well. So Madrista has hope for the season, and I'm sure Madrista will talk a bunch about him. Other than that, Madrista had a solid week from his running backs, 16 from Henry and 17 from Jones, so they both looked very good. Odell Beckham. I think Madrista's hoping Odell gets traded, just like I'm hoping Le'Veon Bell gets traded. He had
They're not
5
sure.
points.
Oh, Odell. Okay.
That was not good. Tyler Lockett, 17, not bad. Higbee, 7. Shepard, 10. Buccaneers defense was a shock. I was surprised Matt stuck with them the whole week. I really thought that he might switch them out, but they only got 2. Other than that, solid start. Unlucky for Matt. Matt, your comments?
Nope, I don't have any comments.
No
Cam Newton's
comments.
Gonna be
Okay.
blowing up. You got a lot of check down bullshit from Kamara near the end of the game.
Oh,
But
okay.
it is what it is. My receivers didn't show up. My team's pretty bad, so I'll probably lose the next game too. So GG's.
So humble.
I'll see y'all
Madrista.
on the beach.
So humble. All
Already
right.
going to the beach.
So humble. All right. So moving on, we are going to move on next to the predictions for this upcoming matchup.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes, Pook.
Is this the first time that a former champion has started off the year 0-1?
Ooh,
No.
I don't have that answer, but
No.
Because I
keep
know I
saying
for sure fucking did last year.
Oh, okay.
Tyler won the first year they
There
won.
is
I
a-
for sure
this
finished
is a
last
new
year.
league. This is
Okay.
a new league.
Interesting. All right. Is that just a
Imagine-
plug to make yourself look better, Pook, or what
Yeah,
was that?
Imagine saying I'm already screwed after one game. You sound like the Clippers when they thought they were champions.
Whoa,
Oh.
Zombie, we are keeping this to
Shots
football.
fired.
Nobody in here is a Clippers fan anymore, so I don't know why you're
Oh
bringing
my
up the
God, what a
Clippers.
Damn,
That
golfers
has
is
no
as big a bandwagon as there.
no sense.
Yes, he is.
Anyways,
Yeah,
all right. So just real quickly, before we get to the previews of the next week,
Blackjack.
we'll get to that after. We're gonna do that after the previews of this week. I just want to talk about who got what right last week, because this will affect your
predictions.
blackjack for this week. Zach and Pete led the way with 5 out of the 6 correct games. So congrats to them. They will have 5 hands for this week. Hunter, Pook, Matt, and Slaps all got 4 right, so got 4 out of those 6 matchups right. Bill got 3 right, Ernie got 2 right, and then Cheese and Pussy both only got 1 matchup correct last week.
How many
That's
did you
zero.
get?
I believe I got
Pussy
4.
loves-
I think I didn't really write
Big
down mine.
trash.
So. All right, so now we move on to this week. We're gonna start with Cheese versus me. This matchup, Cheese is heavily favored, 129 for Cheese's team, who only scored 105 points last week, against 115 for me. That's pretty much, I was predicted for 116 last week, so pretty much same. This is the battle of matchups galore. Cheese's matchups, I am very concerned about. Lamar Jackson against Houston. Pretty solid, great matchup for Lamar. Wouldn't be surprised if he puts up over 30. Christian McCaffrey against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay did shut down McCaffrey last year pretty well, so I'm hoping
that's
they can do the
pretty bad
same.
matchup.
Hoping they can do the same this year. Ronald Jones. So he's going with Ronald Jones again over Fournette. They are playing Carolina. I mean, Fournette and Ronald Jones could both pop off against Carolina, so not a bad matchup. T.Y. Hilton against Minnesota. Minnesota looked like absolute trash on defense, so that could be good. Although it is Phillip Rivers, who did not look good last week against a horrible team in Jacksonville. Emmanuel Sanders against the Raiders. That should be good now that Michael Thomas is most likely going to be out. He should get a little more of the passes. Kittle, who is listed as questionable.
No, he's supposed to play.
Yeah, he's supposed to play, but he is listed as questionable, so we'll see what happens. If he doesn't play, that will surely help me, so I'm not going to say I'm rooting against him
If
playing.
he doesn't play, I
but
get Hooper.
that is true.
Hey.
That was a good trade for you today.
But Hooper plays tomorrow, so I gotta figure it
Yeah,
out.
you're going to have to make that
Depending on the
decision now,
fucking
Cheese,
Brown,
so
imagine
that's
that.
going to be a big decision for you. But
Imagine
he is playing the
depending on
Jets, so if he
Brown,
does
but-
play, he's going to pop off. Jarvis Landry in the flex against Cincinnati. That is a pretty
You have
decent
2
matchup. That's
Browns on your
tomorrow night.
team?
He does. That may be the
Oh,
only
man.
reason I win is because he's got 2 cursed Cleveland Browns on his team. 49ers against the Jets, so they should have a huge day and get back on track. Looking over to my side, I have Matt Ryan against the Cowboys. Not bad. Kamara against the Raiders. Hopefully Kamara instead of Sanders gets the uptick in catches because Thomas is out, hopefully. I'm going with Zach Moss as my second running back now that Bell is hurt against Miami, so I like his matchup there. He did okay last week. Chris Godwin, who is listed as questionable. I guess he got a concussion at the very end of the game this past week. So we'll see what happens with him. I'm hoping to God he plays because he's playing against Carolina. Mari Cooper against Atlanta. That should be good. Rob Gronkowski against Carolina, who I traded for. So I'm hoping Gronk gets back on track now that he's playing against a shit team. Hollywood Brown against the Texans. I like that. And Patriots against Seattle. I may change that because I do not like that matchup for the defense. But overall, I think Cheese's matchups are very good. I would not be surprised if he wins this week with those type of matchups. If Christian McCaffrey can get shut down against Tampa Bay, and if Kittle doesn't play, I like my chances a lot more. But yeah, Cheese, comments about this week?
Yeah. Marley versus Kills and play, and then Hooper plays Thursday. Don't maybe put in.
Okay, you're
That could
gonna
be
have to
bad.
make that choice by tomorrow. So hopefully you get some info on Kittle. All right, let's see. Pook, who you think's winning? Cheese, you're picking yourself, correct?
Yeah, I'm picking myself.
Okay, Pook.
Oh, hold up, I'm on. I think you're gonna win.
You think I'm gonna win? Okay.
Yeah, I don't
Wow.
like Landry Hilton that much. Actually, no, I'm switching. I think she's gonna win.
You're okay.
I didn't realize Hilton was playing Minnesota.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay. Hunter.
I mean, you can't solely go off projections, but when you're projected by almost 15 to
Yep.
win over, I think
Yep.
it gives you a pretty good chance to run away with it.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna pick
you-
Cheese.
Alrighty. Gotcha. Pete.
Yeah, his matchups are way better than his two best players, and I don't think that Godwin's going to play. Just went a concussion protocol today. I think you're not going to have him.
Okay.
Cheese.
Zach.
I'm gonna have to go with
Any day now, Zach.
Cheese.
Okay.
Oh, I thought I was gonna hear a draw.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Cheese.
Let's see. Who am I missing here? Ernie.
Cheese, don't fall for the bait. Play Kittle.
I am playing Kittle.
Okay. And yeah, you're gonna beat the shit out of Godwin.
Hey. Oh my god. I was just telling him he
Godwin's
has to
not
make his
fucking
decision
playing.
by tomorrow.
No,
Don't
I'm
listen
gonna
to
commit.
him. You're commit.
'Cause-
Godwin's not
'cause
playing, so his best
Lamar's gonna
receiver's
pop
out.
out. Anyway, it won't matter.
and
Okay.
then, yeah.
So by pop up, you mean like 35?
40.
Hey.
He's
Oh,
gonna run
that's
wow.
circles around the Texans.
That's bold.
Okay. Is Pussy here?
No.
All right,
No.
Matt.
No.
My picks, all of them, I want to still say stuff, but all of them will be replicated by the god himself, dictator Hitler, who was evicted from his spot, Pete, so I'll go Cheese. So I want every pick just to mirror the dictator himself.
What if he picks himself though?
Okay.
That's fine.
But Pete will be
Whoa.
picking before you, so you'll know what that is. So then you can just say who you want to pick. All right, sounds good. All right, I got everyone right. Yep. All right. On to the next game. We have Pussy versus Hunter. This one, Hunter is looking to rebound, get a 1-1 start. Pussy also
Whoa,
looking to
you
do the
didn't even
same.
ask me.
I asked if I skipped anyone. All right, go ahead, Zombie.
Yeah, you're losing.
I knew there was a reason I didn't ask you. Anyways. All right, so clean sweep for Cheese. All right, I like that. All right, moving on with Pussy and Hunter. 112 for Pussy, so still not projected for that many points against Hunter, who has 127 projection. So right now, Hunter's the heavy favorite. Hunter has Deshaun Watson going up against Baltimore. That could be a tough
Yeah.
matchup there. Saquon Barkley against Chicago. You would think Saquon would get back on track. Kareem Hunt against Cincinnati tomorrow night. That should be pretty good. Adam Thielen against the Colts. Adam Thielen popped off last week. Probably going to do the same. Michael Gallup against Atlanta. That's a good matchup. Travis Kelce against the Chargers. Robert Woods against the Eagles. Seahawks defense against the Patriots. Okay. On Pussy's side, he has Ben Roethlisberger against that banged up by the day, increasingly banged up by the day Denver defense. Nick Chubb against Cincinnati. Joe Mixon against Cleveland. So he's got both running backs in tomorrow's night matchup. So Pussy could get off to a good start depending on what those two guys do. God forbid, if both those running backs do shit, Pussy is going to hear it tomorrow night in the chat from everyone. Kenny Galladay, who is listed as questionable still, against Green Bay. DJ Shark against Tennessee. So those are kind of tough there. Noah Fant against Pittsburgh. Oof, I don't know about that. Jonathan Taylor against Minnesota. That is a good matchup. And Cardinals against Washington. Okay. I think Hunter has the better team, and Pussy's matchups don't totally sway me. So I'm going to think Hunter is going to win this game. I think Hunter's team should have won last week. Got unlucky. I think he'll rebound and win this week. Let's see here. Cheese, who do you think's winning this?
I'm gonna go Hunter.
Okay. Pook?
We're talking 0-13 here. We're talking 0-13.
That is right. You did predict that. Even with that trade, you're still holding true to your 0-13 prediction for Pussy?
Hell yeah.
Maybe 1-12. Maybe 1-12.
Oh, well.
What we
all right.
that one.
Pussy, all you gotta do is make like 12 more of those trades, and you'll go from
whenever
1
he
win to
plays,
12.
Zombie or cheese. So
Whoa,
2-11.
zombie or cheese.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
2-11.
Okay. Pete.
Pusa's trade did make him a little bit better, but Hunter's team is one of the top ones in the league. He's going to win.
Okay. Zach?
This is going to be an easy win for Hunter by at least a mile. Great job, Hunter.
At least a mile.
You
How many
bag.
fantasy points is a mile, Zach?
30 to 50.
Ooh, okay.
I wouldn't say that much.
Mile. Ernie.
I mean, you just got beat by 30 cheese. So.
Oh, damn. Shots fired.
Almost 40.
Good job on your bye week, Hunter. You don't even. I predict you probably won't even have to play certain players.
Okay.
You
Good bench
have the
one.
Wow.
Yeah, you actually have the actual running back for Cleveland.
That is a big matchup tomorrow night. If Kareem Hunt steals the points, Pussy's in trouble.
I am projecting.
He stole the points last week.
Yep, Pussy's 2 running backs will break 30 points. Pussy.
Combined for what?
30? Wait, 30
That's a
combined?
pretty decent game.
30
I mean,
combined.
30 is not bad.
That's not bad, Ernie.
Ernie.
That's more than what they're projected.
Ernie. Last week they
Saquon
got-
alone's gonna drop 30 on his
Ernie,
fucking head.
Ernie, last week
So
they
he
got
doesn't even-
Saquon
points
didn't
combined.
have it. Oh my. My
Okay.
quarterback
Mixon
has
and Chubb
over
both put up
here.
5
Saquon
points.
has.
Your
Good.
running back dropped 5 points. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You
My
lost
ru-
the
First
Oh my
round
God.
running back.
All right.
Don't
So.
talk to
Top
me till you
five.
get a
Let me fly to
win.
fucking
Top five.
California.
Don't talk to
All
me
right,
till you get a
all
win.
right, all right.
Don't talk to me
All
till you
right.
get
So
a win.
Ernie's
bitch.
predicting
Loser.
Pussy's
Bitch.
running backs go for 30 combined. I would take that if I was Pussy's, but we'll see what
Saquon
happens.
had 15
happens.
carries for 6
Yeah. Yeah, that was a yikes there. All
And a
right,
fumble.
Matt.
I am obviously going
Hunter.
to pick Hunter, who
Yeah.
is going to win the league because his team
Ooh.
is the best in the league, and he's
Okay.
going to destroy everyone.
Okay.
Oh,
I will
I
just
wouldn't be
enjoy
surprised.
sitting on the beach watching it.
Okay, sounds good.
So,
Zombie.
Hunter's got the better team. Pusa's got trash running backs, trash wide receivers, trash defense. His season ended the moment he took Chubb first round.
Facts.
Okay, Pussy, before you comment on your matchup, I would like to ask you a question. I know you said you have no regrets taking Nick Chubb number 1, or taking him ahead of Kamara, who had 23 points last week, right?
Or Zeke.
Correct.
So you still think Chubb will get more points than Kamara this season, more fantasy points?
100%.
Or Zeke.
All right,
I
and
thought
I'm
Zeke
guessing,
went third.
you're going to take, I'm guessing you're going to take yourself in this matchup.
100%.
Fucking
I mean,
dumbass.
he was the
Fucking
one that
idiot.
said David
Hunter-
Montgomery was
Hunter's
going to be
stupid
a
ass
He's got a
top
good
10
team.
Oh
running back.
no. You said
I really don't like Kareem Hunt at all. I don't think he's.
He did score more points
he
than
scored twice
Chubb
as much as
last
you
week,
did.
pussy.
I'm pretty sure
Hunter,
Kareem Hunt has
bro, I'm not
outscored
hating
Chubb
on your
when he
team,
came
man.
back.
Just chill out a second.
Okay.
I don't think
Everybody's
Kareem Hunt
hating
is
on
that
your
good.
team, pussy.
I
Oh.
know.
Shit is
Okay.
trash.
And real quickly, pussy, between me and Cheese, who do you think's gonna win? Cheese is predicted for a lot more points, and his matchups are better.
Can you give me a second on that one?
All right.
Oh my
I'll-
god.
my
you
fucking
slow
I'll come-
motherfucker.
I'll come back
Got
to-
it right here. Got it right here.
Just
Hurry
like,
up.
I will take.
Hurry
I'll
up.
take cheese. I'll take cheese.
All right, thank you. All right, and Hunter, comments about this game. You think you're going to get to 1-1?
I think I'm gonna move up to 1-1.
Okay.
And I'm gonna answer the thing about that's shaky about Saquon. Yeah, he didn't do much last week, but he was up against pretty much the best defense in the league.
oh,
And as
That
well,
is your Pittsburgh
still-
Steelers.
He still put up 12.6 points, and what he's doing now for the Giants is he's basically an outlet for Daniel Jones. If he can't
Yeah.
find anything, he's just gonna throw a short pass to him, and that's gonna get me a point every time, and that's gonna rack up
That
quick,
is-
even if he can run the ball.
That is correct.
It
That is
didn't
how
rack
P.
up enough
That
last
is how
week.
PPR works, Hunter.
Shut up.
You are right.
Shut up.
Yep. All right. I like that. I like that thought process. All right, moving on. We have Bill beats his kids against the Lord is with me. This is a big matchup right here. Both these teams 1-0. Both had huge starts. Both were like tops in points scored. Gonna be a big matchup. Projected to be very close as well. 115 to 114. Zach down by a point. Looking at the matchup, Josh Allen against Miami. Whew, that is a scary matchup there for Josh Allen. He could have 3 rushing touchdowns in the first half against Miami. Whew. Which I hope he does. I hope he does better than Cam Newton against Miami. That way we can see the difference there. Josh Jacobs against the Saints, so a tough matchup for Jacobs, but Jacobs popped off in week 1, so I'm expecting him to still put up some points. Probably not as many as he put up last week. Eckler against Kansas City, that was kind of the one little down point for Pook's team last week, so we'll see how he rebounds against Kansas City. Allen Robinson against the Giants, that's a good matchup. We'll see what he does. Jamison Crowder, who is listed as questionable against San Francisco. Dallas Goedert against the Rams, not bad. Stephon Diggs against Miami, that's also very good. I mean, a couple touchdown passes from Allens to Diggs, and that'll be huge for Pook. Colts defense against the Vikings, pretty decent. On Zach's side, he has Drew Brees without his number 1 wide receiver, most likely, against the Raiders. Chris Carson against the Patriots. Tarek Cohen against the Giants. So if Cohen's ever going to have a good game, it would be this week against the Giants. Hopkins against the Redskins. That's a good matchup. Terry McLaurin, who had a rough week last week, but he gets to play Arizona, so should be a little better. Mark Andrews, who popped off last week against Houston. John Brown against Miami. He is listed as questionable, so maybe Josh Allen throws a couple touchdowns to John Brown instead of Diggs. That could be big for Zach. And the Saints defense against the Raiders, who did not look great. It's a very close matchup. This one's a tough one for me. I think not having can't guard Mike in there for Zach is probably the difference maker, so I would have to pick Pook just off of that. I think if Zach had can't guard Mike in there with Hopkins, I would go with him. Let's see. Pete, who are you picking on this one?
The luckiest person in the league who is Pook, because otherwise Zach would have won this game if he would have his best player.
Okay.
So Pook lucks out, gets
Yep.
a awesome
mean, he has
matchup because
Hopkins.
of that. Yeah,
That
that's
is,
like what
I mean,
Magic
Zach
had
did.
both, man.
Zach did proclaim Hoskins as the best wide receiver over Thomas. So.
Well, that's true.
Okay.
I guess I'm wrong, but yeah, Pook's gonna win because Josh Allen's
That's
gonna go
correct.
off. Jacobs is gonna go off. Those are his best 2 players,
Okay.
and they'll lead him to victory.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's see. Hunter.
It's definitely the game to watch of the week. I have
Yep.
no clue how this is gonna go.
Wow.
Yep.
Thanks, Hunter.
But I just think it's unlucky for Zach losing his first or second best player, whichever way he wants to put it. But I think it's gonna be Pook's week, but it's gonna be very close.
Okay. Cheese.
I'm gonna stick with Zach.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
well, thanks, cheese.
Team popped off even with the injury last week.
Okay. Ernie.
Zach's gonna win.
So,
Eckler's fucking trash. Crowder's trash. Robinson's trash. Yes,
Wow.
Josh Jacobs good.
Damn.
He's not even doing that for 30 points.
Okay.
Ernie,
All
sounds like
right,
you get a lot of practice with that.
All right.
Is 0-1 talking down there? Because I can't really hear you. How's the weather
No,
down
he's
there,
not
buddy?
talking. He's sucking
How's the
dick.
weather down there?
Pussy ass bitch. He does a lot
Okay.
of that shit.
All right, Matt. You're taking
Um,
Pook.
Of course, Pook is gonna win.
Okay.
The Lord is with me, aka P is with him.
Okay. All right. Zombie.
I don't think the Lord's gonna be with Zach this week.
Wow, the
Okay.
Lord is always with me.
Okay. Pussy.
You know who the fuck I'm picking.
I'm guessing Pook.
Next, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Zach.
Whoa.
Comments on your matchup. You gonna get
Well,
over the can't guard
everybody's
Mike
saying-
injury?
That I've lost my best player. And the truth of that is, I have not lost him. He's simply just coaching from the sidelines, doing his best, getting us points from the sidelines. He's going to coach up John Brown. He's going to coach up Scary Terry.
Okay.
The Lord is going to coach him up. And it's just going to be an all-around Lord fest because the Lord is with all of us. And we're going to take it home.
God, so religious. You love to see it. All right. Pook.
Thank you, Lord.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. He still is his best player,
Okay.
but I think I'll win.
You think you'll still win though, even though he has his best
Yeah, yeah. Hopkins is pretty good.
He's coaching.
Is his best player better than your best player, Pook?
Who is Pook's best player?
I would guess
Josh
probably Jacobs.
Jacobs.
This week, probably.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
probably score more.
All right, interesting there. I'm surprised a couple people picked the way they picked. All right, on to the next one. We have another pretty big matchup here. Two 1-0 teams. We have the Village Ernie against Bills bye weeks. Bills bye week Bills, who was not a bye week last week, and his Bills did good.
Hey,
So that
Ernie,
was
change
interesting there.
Change it to Pete the Village
We
Idiot, and then
have-
he could just read it like that.
Oh, I just read the team
There you
name
go.
and read the owner. I don't know what you're saying. Anyways, when we look at this, Ernie has Dak Prescott against Atlanta. Right now, Ernie is projected to win by about 7 points. So we'll see the matchups. Dak against Atlanta. That's a great matchup. Zeke against Atlanta. So his Dallas stack there could do very, very good against a horrible defense. David Johnson, who looked very good last week, he's facing a much tougher test in Baltimore, so we'll see how he does there. A.J. Brown, who is listed as questionable against Jacksonville, should be a good matchup, but Jacksonville kind of surprised people last week, and A.J. Brown did not look good. Ryan Tannehill in that top 10 quarterback, I don't know about that. Robbie Anderson against Tampa Bay. Robbie Anderson popped off last week, has a decent matchup. Darren Waller against the Saints. Todd Gurley, who also looked pretty decent against Dallas. And Washington against Arizona. Ernie, are you really going with that? That's your defense?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. Bill has Russell Wilson against the Patriots. Miles Sanders, who did not play last week against the Rams. Melvin Gordon against Pittsburgh. That's a tough matchup, and I don't know about that one. But Bill's team, it just comes down to the wide receivers. Devontae Adams against the Lions. That's a great matchup. And Julio Jones, who is listed as questionable, but he'll probably play against Dallas. Not bad there either. Hayden Hurst against Dallas as well. And then his $18 fab budget selection, MVS, for the Green Bay Packers against the Lions. So no wonder he spent so much on them because they're playing the Lions.
Two Green Bay
Yep,
wide
two Green Bay wide receivers. He is hoping and praying that Aaron Rodgers does what he does last week against that shit Lions team. And then the Bills against Miami. Wow, great matchup there for Bills defense. And, so yeah, this one, I actually think the projections might have this one. I think it's much closer than what they have projected. I think I think somehow, some way, Bill barely gets it done. I think it's going to be really close, but I like some of Bill's wide receivers a little better. But I think it'll be close. Cheese?
Ernie in a landslide.
Ernie in a landslide. Wow. Okay.
I don't think Miles Sanders is gonna have a.
Yeah.
It's gonna take some time.
Yeah,
to recover.
definitely Ernie has the advantage at running back. It's just a matter of does the running backs outscore Bill's running backs or does Bill's wide receivers outscore Ernie's? Pook.
I have a quote from Bill.
Yep.
He said that Devontae Adams is the Christian McCaffrey of wide receivers, and Julio Jones is the Derrick Henry of
Wow.
wide receivers. And he said that Devontae Adams will repeat as the highest scoring player this week. So I have to go with
Okay.
Bill because of that.
Wow. So you're trusting those bold statements by Bill.
I am.
I mean, it makes sense. He did project he was going to have 138 points, and he had 138 points.
138.
At this point, Bill's logic, it's a little scary how much it sometimes works. I don't want to give him too much credit because it is Bill, but so far he's off to a good start. Hunter.
I'm sick of Bill being cocky. I mean, he projected his points.
Yeah.
That was surprising to me.
Yeah.
But I feel like Ernie could have this win because I like his
Okay.
projections. I just want to see Bill lose.
So you're picking Ernie. Okay.
See.
Pete.
The village idiot Ernie will win.
Wow.
Okay, bitch, wait for your
Wow.
turn.
Surprise. It's a shock.
You didn't say the name of your team.
Zach.
That is, Ernie, you're such a fucking dumbass. It's so easy to change it.
Zach, go ahead.
Wow.
Sometimes it's too
A
easy.
battle between two friends here. But I'm gonna have to go with Ernie winning this one by 0.1.
By 0.1.
Oh.
All right, pussy. Round 2. Let's see.
He
Matt.
loves doing that.
I'm gonna have to go with my boy, Ernie, but he needs to change that fucking name because he's fucking stupid.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Alrighty. Zombie.
I think half of Bill's team's gonna fucking come back down to earth, and I think Ernie's gonna win.
Okay. And pussy.
You know who I'm picking next.
Bill. Okay.
Yep, moving on.
All right. And Ernie, comments. Bill did not send me any comments, so I'm sure
Damn
he'll
it,
just
Bill.
type them in the chat at some point. I'm sure.
I think I'm gonna win.
Okay.
There is a possible trade happening that
Ooh.
could switch up my team.
Okay.
It will happen.
Oh,
It's a
it
matter
will
of
happen.
time.
Oh. Okay.
Not tonight.
Do you want
I
to do
got
it live on
like
the
30
fantasy show?
I got 30 fucking minutes before
Oh.
I gotta work, so no.
Okay.
But I'm gonna win by at least 10 points.
Okay.
Sorry, Bill.
Alrighty. Moving on. We have Pete against Zombie. So battle of 0-1 teams. Both would really like this win this week. Big week for both of them. Right now, Pete is projected to win by about a point. 119 to 118 over Zombie. Zombie and Pete have both made a bunch of changes. Looking at the teams, Kyler Murray against Washington. Should be a good matchup, although Washington kind of surprised people last week. Kenyon Drake against Washington as well. James Conner, who is listed as questionable, but it does look like he avoided the high ankle sprain that Michael Thomas has. He's playing Denver. Calvin Ridley against Dallas should be pretty decent. Juju Smith-Schuster, who is also listed as questionable against Denver. He acquired him. I like him. He had a huge week last week before Slap decided to trade him away. Zach Ertz against the Rams. Marvin Jones Jr. against Green Bay. So a little interesting matchup there. Titans defense against Jacksonville should be decent. On Zombie side, you know he's got his Chiefs stack, so the Chiefs are up against the Chargers this week. So kind of a halfway decent defense there by the Chargers, so we'll see if they can slow down Mahomes. We will ask the same question if we think Zombie's stack will get over or under 60 points this week. I'm going to take the under against the Chargers. Raheem Mostert against the Jets. That's a very good matchup, and Mostert had a good game last week. We have Cooper Kupp against the Eagles. Hunter Henry against the Chiefs. Malcolm Brown, who he just acquired from me, going up against Philly, so he has him in the flex. That's interesting. And the Steelers defense against my Broncos. I think this is a close one for me. I think I'm going to take Pete, but I think it's very close. I don't know if Malcolm Brown's to play in the flex spot this week, but I'm going to take Pete in a very close matchup there. All right, Cheese, who you picking?
It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is. Another close one. Should be another close one all the way to the end. You think the Chiefs stack's getting over or under 60? Start there.
Under.
Under? Anyone think over?
I'm gonna go with I think over.
You think over,
I'll
so
go
you're
over.
going to take
And I
Zombie?
think James Conner is gonna be absolute dog shit.
Ooh, okay. So you're taking Zombie. All right. Pook.
I'm going under and I'm picking Pete.
Okay. Hunter.
I'm going to take under,
Okay.
and I think I don't know how Pete got Juju.
Mhm.
I mean, after the week he had last week,
Yep.
and he
Just one
traded
week.
Joe Mixon for him. After Joe Mixon didn't do a lot.
Oh my god, I
And
can't
then-
believe I'm getting.
Alright,
Hunter
shut up,
overreacts
shut up.
so much.
It was on.
Fuck up and let him talk.
I
Great
It
analysis,
was
Hunter.
only 1 week, but I see what you're saying. I mean, you can only go off of this 1 week. That's all we
and then
got.
Juju this week.
Yep.
I guess it's only 2 weeks, but then
Yep.
Juju is playing Denver this week, and I
Yep.
think that's going to be good for him.
Yep.
I think Pete's going to come away with it.
Okay. Let's see, Zach. Is this going to be the
Well-
tie of the week?
If this was ever the game for a tie,
Yep.
it's happening now.
Okay.
Because I believe in the Lord, and the Lord believes in a tie.
Okay.
Tie game.
All right. Ernie.
What's the over under again?
60 for the 3 Chiefs.
Oh yeah, they'll hit it.
So you going Zombie then?
Yeah, I'm going Zombie. Connor's probably not gonna play. It'll be the same shit. 5 plays.
Okay.
Nothing out.
All right. Matt, who are you picking?
Who did he pick?
He hasn't
Himself, I
picked yet.
assume.
He hasn't picked yet. He picks
Oh,
last because it's
okay.
his matchup. But I'm sure
Okay,
he's
then
going
I
to pick himself.
Then I pick whatever he picks.
Okay.
But also, getting back to what you said, Zombie's bench is trash. And it isn't interesting that he put Malcolm Brown in his flex because all of his other players are ass, bar maybe Mike Williams. So,
Okay. All right.
Traquan isn't bad this week because Mike is out.
All right. Pussy.
I'll take Pete and the under.
P in the other. Okay.
Shocker.
Zombie. You gonna get the win?
I'm gonna win because
Okay.
the Rams are gonna fuck Pook's Eagles up.
Ooh. Okay. All right. And then Pete. Lastly.
I think it's gonna be a good game. Zombies got a pretty good team. That stack is impressive. If the stack goes off, I'm fucked. If the stack doesn't go off, I'll win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet that they don't go off because obviously I want to win, so I'll pick myself.
All right. Last week, Zombie stack got under the 60 and he lost, so we'll see what happens this week with his stack. All right, moving on to the last matchup of the week. We have 0-1, pick a card, any card, against Zombies, a bitch, who was Slaps, who got the win last week in a close one. Right now, Madrista is projected to get his first win of the season at 121 to 118. Still a close matchup. Madrista has, of course, the one and only Cam Newton against the Seahawks. Not bad matchup there. Derrick Henry against Jacksonville. Aaron Jones against the Lions. Ooh, that's pretty good. Odell, please trade him away. Beckham against Cincinnati. So if he's going to go off, it would be this week against Cincinnati. Tyler Lockett against the Patriots. Tyler Higbee who against the Eagles. AJ Green is in the lineup against Cleveland. Okay. Buccaneers defense against Carolina. Looking over at Slaps' side, he has Tom Brady against Carolina. So he is hoping that the Patriots offense the Buccaneers offense looks a lot better. Dalvin Cook against the Colts. Not a bad one. David Montgomery against the Giants. So one of his comments he did say was he got Montgomery, who is playing the shit Giants this week. So he's banking on Montgomery to put up some points. Mike Evans looking like he'll probably play, but he's still listed as questionable against Carolina. DJ Moore against Tampa Bay. Evan Ingram, big disappointment last week against the Bears. DK Metcalf against New England, and the Bears defense against the Giants. Looking at this, I am going to pick Madrista. I think Madrista gets his first win. I think Madrista's running backs are stronger, and I do think Mike Evans should have a good game, especially if Godwin doesn't play. I think Odell will do better. I think Lockett will do good enough to negate that. So I think the difference will be Madrista's solid running backs that he has. Let's see here. Cheese, who you picking?
A lot of close matchups this week.
Yep.
Madrista.
All right. Pook.
Matt.
Okay, 2 for Matt. Hunter.
The only thing I don't like about Madrista's team is Odell, but I
Okay.
mean that was week 1.
Yep.
But then I like AJ Green how he put him in the starting lineup because Joe
Yep.
Burrow didn't look bad, so I'm gonna pick Matt.
Okay. Pete.
I'm definitely gonna go with Slaps, and this one I like his matchups better.
Okay. Zach.
Yes.
GG Craig, you won.
Wow. You're pulling out the Madrista approach for Madrista. Picking slaps, huh? Okay. Ernie.
Let me see. Matt's winning by 15.
By 15. Okay.
15.
Zombie.
Fuck that. There's no way I'm picking the fucking Scottish prick.
Whoa.
I hope you wouldn't choose a team that has your name.
Yeah.
Big
Big man.
Okay. All right. Pussy.
I'll take Matt.
We'll take Matt. All right. And Matt, are you going to go against what Pete picked, or are you going to pick yourself to lose? I'm sure you'll pick yourself to lose.
So this is a very high octane matchup that is going to turn into a blowout because Tom Brady is going to put up about 100 points against Cam Newton's former team that disgraced him and turned their backs against him, even though he would have made the Panthers a playoff team. And because I mean, DJ Moore's probably going to get like 50. Dalvin Cook's probably going to rush for like 30. And I mean, Pete even said it that Slaps is going to win. So obviously he knows all. He's such a great fantasy player that everyone wants to play with. So he obviously knows the deal. And I mean, Odell's probably going to drop a goose egg because he doesn't like playing in Cleveland. My boy Cam Newton's going to put up probably 30 points and carry most of my team. So, and Tampa Bay defense is probably not going to be there for my team. I'm probably going to get rid of that.
Okay. So you're saying Cam's going to do good, but you're going to lose just like last week.
Yeah,
right?
Derrick Henry will do good too because he's like certified like 35 touches a game.
All right. All right. That is it for the preview. All right. So now real quickly, we're going to go to the blackjack table. All right. So this was everyone's hands last week, as you see on the screen. These are all These are all everyone's Twitter pictures. So up at the top left was Pete. Last week he selected his kicker and his defense. That was a very popular selection by a lot of people, which I don't blame you. That's the one that makes the most sense to do. However, it did not work out as his kicker got 9, which was good, but his defense only got 5, so he had a total of 14. Slaps also did Slaps went across the board. He went with running back Cook, wide receiver Fuller, and then hit on Tom Brady. So Cook's first point was a 2. Fuller's second point in a score was a 9, so that was 11. And then Brady hit is what let him down, though. Brady's first number after the decimal was a 4. So that only totaled up for 15. That would have worked good considering Slaps got a 2 and a 9 if Brady's hit number would have been a higher number, which is kind of unlucky. But Hunter had the Ravens and the kicker, so that worked decent for him. He got 12 and 4. Unfortunately, his kicker kind of let him down, but getting 12 from the Ravens isn't bad. That's a kind of a 10, 11, 12 is what you're looking to try to get if you're only going with 2 strat. So he got 16. Zach had the only bust of everyone with 26 as his Saints defense got him 17. And then Tucker got 9. I mean, just a thought for you, Zach. You got a great kicker and you got a great defense. Probably should hit if you're going to take both them and then hit with one other person, or pick somebody else. Cheese had Gronk and Ronald Jones together, so he didn't take a hit, but he did not take his kicker and defense. He took just 2 players. So Gronk only had 3 points, really let him down. Ronald Jones had 10, which was a good solid points there. If Gronk would have did better for him and had like 10 or 9 or whatever, like an average tight end, then he would have had a really good score, but only added up to 13. Bill did very well. He took his Bills defense and his kicker, and they got him exactly pretty much what he needed, 10 and 10 each, so that was 20. Pook did do a little different than most people. He went with 2 players and a hit, so he went with his kicker, his wide receiver Diggs, and then he hit on Allen. So Pook had only 1 point from Lutz, because Lutz I think got 10 or 11 or something. Then Diggs got 16, so he took the 6 from Diggs, so that was 7. And then he took the hit of Allen, and Allen got a 0.1, so that was 1 point, so that was 8. So it didn't quite work for you there, Pook. I would recommend next week, if you're going to take hits, don't take your kicker as the first person. Maybe take him as your second, because if he gets in double digits, I guess it's just unlucky that he got double digits, because if he got single digits, it would have worked probably better for you. Pussy took his kicker and his defense, so that added up with Myers with 9 and the Chargers defense with 12. So Pussy got a blackjack. Congrats, Pussy. We are going to do blackjacks. You basically get a double. So instead of getting your winning $1, you win 2. So that's why you get everyone got $1 to start, and you got $2 extra for getting the blackjack on the head. So that was the only person whose kicker and defense worked perfect for him.
Interesting.
Yep. Madrista's kicker got him 4, and his Bucks defense got him 2, so that was only 6. And then Ernie Boswell got him 9, and his Vikings defense got him 9, which was 18. So that's a good score. Unfortunately,
Good score, yeah.
Unfortunately, the dealer, I had Jack Doyle and the Pats defense as my first 2 players, which added up to 7 and 12, which that is 19. So that should have been my score. I don't know why I put 20 there. So that was 19, which is why Bill also won.
Wow.
So Bill.
Wow.
Bill.
What a cheater.
I didn't scam. Everyone else had less than 19. I added it all up right. I just didn't add my score up right. But I gave Bill the money because he did win, because he had higher than me, which was 20.
That should be a free hand for all of us.
You get a free hand every week, Zach. Relax.
We should get 2 now.
So how this is going to work for this upcoming week is, because everybody has at least the $1 for the free bet that you get, you will get all the hands correctly, that the matchups you predicted. You will get that many hands that you can choose to play this week. The only people that are risking anything would be the people that have more than the $1. So Bill will be risking the $1, and Pussy will be risking the 2 if he chooses. Oh, well, Pussy only got 1 matchup right, so Pussy, you only get 1 hand. So you're only risking the $1. And Bill got 3 right, so Bill's risking the $1 as well. But everyone else gets their free hands to play because they did not win last week. So congrats to those people. Good luck on your picks for this upcoming week. A couple things about this. For the people that have multiple hands, you can do all the same type of hands. So you could, if you want to do the kicker and defense again for all 5 of your hands or 4 of your hands, whatever you have, you can do that again. You can mix it up, which I recommend, and do different selections. You can do some with just the 2 players and some with the hits. It's all up to you on what you want to do. Just make sure you please DM me those before tomorrow night's game.
Do you have to do all? Do you have multiple hands? Do you have to do them all in 1 week, like that one, like this week, or can you wait?
You do not have to do all the hands, but you'll just lose them, because then the following week it resets based on how many.
Oh, so it resets every week?
It goes off of how many. It goes off of how many fantasy matchups you predicted correct. So you know how we just picked all the games for this upcoming week. So if you predict 4 correct for this week, then next week you will get to do 4 hands if you want. But at this stage, I'm telling you right now, everybody should be doing at least as many hands that you can. because you're not risking anything. You're not you don't lose that $1. So
So how many hands do I have? One, since I lost.
you predicted 4 matchups correct last week, so you get 4 hands.
Moving on.
I'll
So
go over
I have
this
the 3 correct
real
plus the
quickly.
1, so
Real
it's 4?
quick. Hold on. No, real quickly. Zach, you predicted 5 matchups correct last week, so you have 5 hands. Pete, 5 as well. Hunter, 4. Pook, 4. Matt, 4. Bill, 3. Ernie, 2. Slaps, 4. Cheese, 1.
Oh,
and
I thought
Pussy,
it was
1.
3.
No, you only got 2 matchups correct last week, Ernie.
My God, you already scamming me. Fucking pick.
So those are how many hands you get to pick. So that's, like I said, if you got 4, 2, 3, whatever, make sure you DM me those many hands because it's a waste if you don't. You're missing out on a chance. Free wins, basically. Okay. Any questions?
Oh,
Just speed it
good,
up.
thank you.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Zach, we are going to go to your unbiased rankings. Zach, take it away.
Around the Xbox party.
Okay.
K, completely unbiased and true.
Damn, you should get a job at the UFC.
Number 1. You should all know who this is. He should be number 1 in all your hearts. He's number 1 in my heart. The Lord himself. Coming in at number 2, we have a change. And it is my boy, Ernie.
Pussy, cue the choking on dick.
At number 3, falling because of a lack of communication.
Oh,
Coffee.
During
Oh
the
my God.
NFL season debut.
God, Bookie can't
Number
take a day
3,
off.
Golfer. And number 4, with the best drafted team, arguably, in the league, we have Hunter Sniper. Rounding out the top 5.
Wait, what?
He didn't move.
Rounding out the top 5, I said, Hunter.
No, I'm
Do you
talking
want to
to
go
Ernie.
down?
Can't adjust the graphic right now, Zach. Next week.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Number
I'm
6.
offended. I'm not top 5 for streaming Red Zone for 18 hours for you guys.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow.
Whoa.
Just don't do it
I
next
was
week,
on a
jeez.
roll. I was on a roll. But at number 6, falling a few places, we have Matt.
Wow.
Dun, dun, dun.
Surprising.
7, I don't know how this guy got ranked so low. I'm not sure because we had some good parlay bets this week together and we won some money. We also lost some money on those bum ass fucking Clippers. Never again will I ever bet on them.
Yikes. What a trash
Number
team.
7, Bill. Number 8, we have Cheese, the guy I just completely dominated in fantasy football.
Wow, down a
Absolutely
spot.
dominated, like I said. Down a spot. Number 9, well, this is the guy who did change his name from Zach's a bitch to Zombie's a bitch. So I do have to give him some credit for that. We have Craig. And rounding out the top 10 in the shittiest spot, we have Zombie. Dun dun dun. Yikes, Zombie. Zombie, what are you gonna do to get yourself moved up in the rankings for the next week? Hello? Any comment?
You know how long it takes Zombie to comment, right?
Oh yeah.
You probably just move
he's
on.
thinking.
Just move on.
Just move on?
Yep.
Wow. Well, coming in at number 11, we have, yeah, got it, coughing on somebody.
New addition.
These days, and welcome to the unbiased rankings, coughing on someone, because these days, that shit is just absolutely disgusting, and it's considered attempted murder.
Lol.
Number 12. I wish somebody would cough on this guy. Fucking Jack Pussy. Jesus Christ.
Spit on him.
God, what will it take? Number 13. This is a big yikes. Extreme vomiting and diarrhea at the same time.
You love this
All on top of number 14. Some of you may know him as Pete722.
Why is there a question mark?
That is an alias. Is that even his name? Number 15, formerly known as FIFA Pete. That's what we know him. That's what we knew him as back in the day. Then he changed to Pete722. And number 16, finally, Pete. Is that even his name? Is this guy real? Like what? We need some identification, and we need a blue screenshot of the location.
All
Send
right,
the blue
you're not getting it,
dot
Zach.
Screenshot.
All right, will you move them up if that happens? Probably not. All right, those are the rankings.
And that
GGs.
rounds out the top 16 of the Zach 10K fantasy rankings.
All right, thank you, Zach. Real quickly, let's see. Let's do some final comments here. Wrap it up. Let's see. Let's start.
Glass body?
Start at the. Oh yeah, we gotta. We'll do it next week. I'll skip this week. We'll skip the week.
Wow.
There was really only 2 injuries, Marlon Mack and Connor,
Well,
but Connor's isn't even that bad of an injury at this point. So
What?
we'll add. He's
It's
probably gonna play.
Bad enough to.
Yeah. We'll see. If he doesn't play this week, we'll adjust it. All right. I kind of want to try to keep it an hour. So let's see here. We'll start. Cheese, any comments for this coming week? Good luck to you, sir, in our matchup.
I hope Kittle plays.
Yep. Big decision
Yeah,
for you
but,
right there.
I hope my team's gonna shut on the Jets and the Bengals, so it should be fine.
Okay. Pook.
Good luck to Zach this week.
Oh, thank you, Pookly.
I wouldn't say that if I was facing some other people in here, but I'll give a good luck to Zach.
Wow.
Okay.
You just moved up for next week.
Wow. Nice. Hunter.
Don't want to say too much to jinx it, but I feel like I can be a little bit more laid back than I was last week. And
Hey.
I'm excited to see my team. God, that voice cracked. My team's potential. 2 weeks in a row.
Okay. All right. Pete.
Good luck to Zombie. Should be a fun week. See you next time.
Could maybe be a trade in the works later on tonight. We'll see.
Depends how much of a Jew you're gonna be.
Wow.
Whoa!
Wow.
Whoa.
All right. Zach.
Pookly, your team is in my prayers. You can take that as you wish, but they're in my prayers.
Okay.
Mm.
Ernie.
Good luck, everybody. Pusa, good. 0-2. Trash can. I don't even know why you even show up anymore. Just let your team drop.
Only week 2.
Doesn't matter what you do, who you trade rate, your team is fucking dog shit.
I agree.
Okay. All
Good
right.
job. You said it now.
All right. Matt.
Very great week for me. Cam Newton had a great week. Hope he has another great week. We move on. Good
Okay.
luck, everyone.
All right. Hopefully he has a good week and you win. Zombie.
All right.
No zombie. All right, Pussy. Final words.
Don't
Good luck,
forget
Hunter.
about Bill.
What?
Don't forget
Good
about
luck,
Bill.
Hunter.
Oh, Bill's in here now?
Good luck.
Yeah,
Bill?
Yeah.
Bill said no. Bill said
Bill?
no comment on the group chat.
Yeah, but I don't know if that
No
meant, like,
comment.
Does he
What?
want to make any
that meant, like,
predictions
he
about
didn't.
his game or no?
Let me see.
Oh, he's just listening.
He's just listening. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
scared.
Thank you to everyone that attended. Should be another interesting week in fantasy football this upcoming week. Hopefully everyone's team stays injury free. Couple bad injuries already in first week. You don't like to see it, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure the trades will continue to flow on as the week goes on. Good luck to everyone and have a good week.